BTT has given me quite a positive perspective on becoming a teacher. Building that sort of confidence to actually engage with a large group of students, so not as a teacher as the font of all wisdom, but rather as a guide to help students in their journey.
You get to practice what you've learned from the Beginning to Teach program in a relaxed and kind of low stakes environment, and you get to receive feedback from not only someone who's a bit more experienced in their teaching, so your facilitator, but also your peers who are your students in this case. And it can be very beneficial to receive feedback from the students because they are the ones who you are trying to teach.
This program really helped me to understand main values. In this case, it's student-centered approach that is over teacher-centered approach. In this approach, being engaging, inclusive, supportive, and also embracing diversity at university is really important.
Benefits of the practice teaching session, I believe, being able to be in a safe space. Especially when I started teaching, I was definitely thrown in the deep end when it was time to teach and run those courses. But it seems as with the experience from these teaching sessions is you have a safe space first to get this valuable feedback, to really work on that, and it allows you to be more prepared.
What I think is important about beginning to teach is that it actually helps candidates understand how to communicate with others. So I think many people would say that when you want to understand something, you need to teach it. And so learning to communicate and be able to teach people how to do things is actually an important part of becoming a researcher.
BTT is very useful for research students, even if they're not considering going into teaching, because it really builds their confidence in presenting and communicating to a wider audience.
I'd really like to implement a very transparent approach to teaching, so being upfront and honest with students. And additionally, I'd also like to really encourage a welcoming environment for students, to actually allow them to share their enthusiasm for the course with each other, and hopefully that enthusiasm rubs off on the other students and it makes a really pleasant learning environment.
So the most important takeaway, I would say, for people who are about to embark on teaching is to feel confident in what you have prepared. It's also important to be agile and to listen as well, and to understand that there are maybe 100, 200 people in the room that have different ideas of what they're expecting, and you need to be ready for that.
The most important key thing to remember is to always just have fun with your teaching. If they, feel your passion for the topic, for the subject, they feel passionate about their learning in return.
BTT provides a solid foundation for first-time educators for getting a sense of teaching as a discipline.
I think BTT is really helpful for someone who wants to start teaching.
So to sum up BTT, I would say valuable, encouraging, and safe.